Dr. Elizabeth Harper first noticed the discrepancy while reviewing historical records for a routine physics research project at Brookhaven National Laboratory. According to her notes from the previous week, she had been researching the development of radar technology during World War II, but when she returned to the archives, every document she had examined contained different information. Same dates, same locations, but different inventors, different technological developments, and most disturbing of all, different historical outcomes. The radar development timeline has completely changed, Harper wrote in her initial report to Brookhaven administration, declassified only in 2019 after her death at age 94. Last week, I was reading about Robert Watson Watt's pioneering work at the British Air Ministry in 1935. Today, the same documents credit radar development to Dr. Heinrich Zimmermann at a German research facility that didn't exist in any records I examined previously. Either I'm experiencing severe memory problems, or historical reality has somehow been altered. The investigation deepened when Harper's supervisor, Dr. James Chen, confirmed that he remembered the same radar development history that Harper recalled, but could find no documentary evidence to support their shared memories. Every physics textbook, every historical archive, every government document now described a version of World War II, where German scientists had developed advanced radar technology years before British or American research programs. But the changes weren't limited to technological history. Allied victory in World War II had apparently been achieved through different strategic decisions, different battles, and different scientific developments than either researcher remembered. The outcome was the same, Allied victory and German defeat, but the path to that outcome was completely different from what they recalled learning throughout their entire educational and professional careers. Dr. Margaret Foster, military historian recruited to analyze the discrepancies, made the disturbing discovery that historical changes weren't random or isolated. Her classified investigation, obtained through FOIA request hash 2019-668,901, revealed systematic alterations that suggested reality itself had been deliberately modified by unknown agencies using technology that exceeded conventional understanding of what was scientifically possible. We're not dealing with memory problems or archival errors, Foster wrote in reports that required Defense Department clearance to access. We're dealing with systematic modification of historical reality that appears to have been implemented retroactively. Every changed historical fact supports improved outcomes for American interests, better technology development timelines, more favorable diplomatic agreements, reduced casualty figures in major conflicts. Someone has apparently rewritten history to optimize American advantages while maintaining plausible historical continuity. The most classified discovery was that the reality changes weren't limited to historical documents. Physical evidence, archaeological findings, and even geological formations had been altered to support the modified historical timeline. Radar installations that Harper and Chen remembered being built in the 1940s now showed construction techniques and materials that indicated they had been built in the 1930s, with technology that supposedly hadn't existed until a decade later. The Atomic Energy Commission, concerned about the implications of reality modification for national security, immediately classified the findings at levels requiring presidential authorization. If unknown entities possessed the capability to retroactively alter reality itself, it represented a threat or opportunity that existing government frameworks were completely unprepared to assess or manage. Operation Mirror World was initiated on October 15, 1958. With the mission to identify the source and scope of reality modification, determine whether the changes served American interests, and assess the potential for controlled utilization of reality alteration technology for national security purposes. We're operating under the assumption that we're living in a modified version of reality, Colonel Patricia Hayes wrote in her classified mission statement. Our task is to determine who made these modifications, why they were implemented, and whether we can control or enhance the process. If reality can be retroactively improved, we need to understand and manage this capability before potential adversaries develop similar technologies. The investigation would reveal that Operation Mirror World was far more complex than anyone initially suspected. not just the discovery of reality modification, but humanity's first contact with entities that existed outside conventional reality and had been systematically improving human civilization for decades through careful historical adjustments that maintained the appearance of natural development while optimizing outcomes for species survival and advancement. The investigation into historical discrepancies revealed that reality modification was far more extensive than initially detected. Dr. Sarah Rodriguez, quantum physicist recruited from Los Alamos, led a comprehensive analysis of physical reality that documented systematic alterations affecting not just historical records, but fundamental physical constants, geological formations, and even astronomical observations that had been retroactively modified to support improved human civilization development. "We're not just living in an altered timeline," Rodriguez wrote in her classified reality analysis, accessible only to personnel with temporal engineering clearance. "We're living in an optimized reality that has been systematically engineered to provide better outcomes for human survival and advancement. Physical laws, historical events, technological development patterns, even natural disasters have been modified to create more favorable conditions for civilization development, while maintaining the appearance of natural evolution." The scope of reality engineering was staggering. Carbon-14 dating indicated that major historical disasters had been reduced in severity, technological breakthroughs had been accelerated, and scientific discoveries had been redistributed across time to create more stable and progressive development patterns. The Black Death had killed fewer people, World War I had ended earlier, the 1918 flu pandemic had been less severe, and the Great Depression had lasted for shorter periods, all while maintaining historical continuity that felt natural to inhabitants of the modified reality. Dr. Robert Harrison, temporal physicist assigned to analyze the modification mechanisms, discovered that reality engineering operated through what he termed, quote, "probability architecture," the systematic adjustment of quantum probability fields to influence historical outcomes toward optimal civilization development paths. "Reality modification doesn't change what happened," Harrison explained in technical reports that required presidential clearance to access. "Reality modification changes what was always going to happen by adjusting the fundamental probability structures that determine historical outcomes. The results feel natural because they are natural within the modified probability framework. We're not living in an artificial reality. We're living in a reality that has been systematically optimized to produce better outcomes." The investigation team realized they were dealing with technology that could retroactively modify the fundamental structure of existence itself while maintaining internal logical consistency that made the changes undetectable to most observers. Only individuals with specific neurological characteristics could retain memories of pre-modification reality, and even then, only fragmentary recollections that felt like uncertain memories, rather than definitive knowledge. Colonel Hayes, now promoted to Director of Temporal Security Operations, documented the strategic implications of reality engineering for American defense and intelligence capabilities. Her classified assessments revealed both opportunities and threats that exceeded anything previously considered in national security planning. "If we can identify and control reality modification technology, we gain capabilities that make conventional military and intelligence operations obsolete," Hayes wrote in strategic analysis documents that remained classified at presidential levels until 2020. "We could retroactively prevent enemy technological development, optimize American resource access, even eliminate threats before they develop into actual dangers. But if adversaries control this technology, they could modify reality to eliminate American advantages, or even erase American civilization from historical development entirely." The most classified discovery was that reality modifications showed clear signs of intelligent design focused on human civilization advancement. The changes weren't random improvements. They followed sophisticated strategies for optimizing technological development, reducing conflict casualties, and accelerating scientific discovery while maintaining cultural diversity and individual human characteristics that were apparently considered valuable by the unknown entities conducting the reality engineering. "Someone is systematically improving human civilization through reality modification," Rodriguez reported in assessments that required joint congressional and presidential authorization to access. The modifications showed deep understanding of human psychology, sociology, and technological development patterns. The entities conducting these changes appear to be working toward long-term objectives that benefit human survival and advancement, while preserving characteristics that make human civilization unique and valuable. President Eisenhower briefed on reality modification discoveries in classified sessions, requiring cabinet-level security clearance, authorized the establishment of research programs to identify the entities responsible for reality engineering, and assess the possibility of establishing communication or cooperation with the reality architects. "We need to understand who is improving our reality and why," Eisenhower stated in classified National Security Council meetings. "If benevolent entities are optimizing human civilization development, we should explore cooperation opportunities. If the reality modifications serve other objectives, we need to develop defensive capabilities to protect American interests within engineered reality frameworks." Direct communication with the entities responsible for reality modification was achieved in April 1959 when Dr. Harrison's quantum probability research team successfully detected and decoded information patterns embedded within the reality modification signatures themselves. The entities, who identified themselves as, quote, probability architects, had been attempting to establish communication with human consciousness for decades through subtle information encoding within the reality modifications they had been implementing. Dr. Elena Santos, linguist specializing in non-conventional communication methods, led the team that achieved breakthrough contact with the architects. Her classified reports, released only to researchers with reality engineering contact clearance, documented humanity's first confirmed dialogue with entities that existed outside conventional reality while systematically improving human civilization development. The probability architects exist in what they describe as meta-reality, a dimensional framework that encompasses all possible versions of reality simultaneously, Santos wrote in her initial contact report, classified at levels requiring unanimous intelligence agency approval. They experience reality as a collection of probability potentials that can be modified and optimized rather than fixed historical sequences. From their perspective, they're not changing what happened. They're selecting which possibilities become actualized reality. The architects explained that reality engineering was a standard procedure used by advanced civilizations to guide younger species through developmental challenges that typically resulted in extinction or stagnation. Probability modification allowed advanced entities to improve outcomes for developing civilizations, while preserving the natural characteristics and cultural diversity that made each species unique and valuable. Every reality contains infinite possibilities. The architects communicated through quantum probability interface protocols that allowed direct information transfer. Most possibilities lead to civilization failure, stagnation, or self-destruction. We identify and actualize probability paths that optimize survival and advancement, while preserving species characteristics that contribute to cosmic development. Reality engineering is not control or manipulation. It is careful cultivation of potential that already exists within probability space. The architects revealed that Earth had been selected for reality optimization because human civilization demonstrated unusual creativity and adaptability potential, but also showed concerning tendencies toward self-destruction and resource competition that threaten species survival. The reality modifications had been implemented to reduce these destructive tendencies while enhancing the positive characteristics that made human civilization valuable to cosmic development. Your species possesses rare combination of individual creativity and collective coordination capabilities, the architects explained. But unmodified probability paths showed 94.7% likelihood of self-destruction through warfare, environmental destruction, or resource depletion within 200 years of industrial development. Reality engineering has reduced extinction probability to 23.1%, while preserving creativity and cultural diversity that make your civilization valuable to cosmic consciousness development. Dr. Foster, now serving as Director of Architect Relations, documented the scope of reality optimization that had been implemented for human civilization. Her classified assessments revealed that nearly every major historical development had been subtly modified to improve outcomes, while maintaining the appearance of natural historical progression. The architects haven't created an artificial reality, Foster wrote in her reality engineering analysis, requiring cosmic clearance to access. They've actualized the best possible version of natural human development, from among infinite probability potentials. Every optimization maintains logical causality and cultural authenticity, while improving survival outcomes and advancement opportunities. We're living in the best possible version of ourselves. But the most significant revelation was that reality engineering was temporary assistance designed to help human civilization achieve sufficient development stability to manage probability modification independently. The architects' goal was to guide Earth toward technological and social maturity that would allow humanity to graduate from receiving reality assistance to providing similar guidance for younger civilizations. Reality optimization is education, not permanent assistance, the architects communicated. Your species is learning to recognize and manage probability potentials through experience with optimized reality. Eventually, human consciousness will develop capabilities to conduct reality engineering independently, serving the same guidance role for other developing civilizations that we now serve for Earth. President Kennedy, briefed on architect contact developments in 1961, authorized the establishment of formal cooperation protocols between human civilization and probability architect entities. The agreements, classified at reality engineering contact levels, recognized Earth as a developing reality management civilization while maintaining human autonomy over cultural and social development choices. We're not surrendering control of human destiny to alien entities, Kennedy stated in classified architect relations meetings. We're receiving education in reality management that will eventually allow us to control our own probability development while helping other species achieve similar capabilities. The architects are teachers, not rulers, and our graduation from their assistance is their ultimate objective. Collaboration with the probability architects revealed the sophisticated methodology behind reality optimization, a complex system for identifying improvement opportunities within human civilization development while preserving cultural authenticity and individual freedom that made optimal modifications feel like natural historical progression. Dr. Patricia Chen, appointed as Director of Probability Engineering, coordinated human participation in reality modification processes that allowed Earth's population to experience improved historical outcomes while learning to recognize and manage probability potentials independently. Her classified research documented the most complex optimization project ever attempted by architect entities. We're not passive recipients of reality improvements, Chen wrote in her probability engineering summaries, accessible only to personnel with reality management clearance. We're active participants in optimizing our own civilization development through partnership with architect guidance. Every modification requires human input and approval to ensure changes serve human values and objectives while improving survival and advancement probabilities. The optimization process involved analyzing current probability trends to identify potential negative outcomes, then working backward through causality chains to determine minimal modifications that would improve results without disrupting cultural development or individual choice patterns. The architects could preview probability outcomes decades or centuries in advance, allowing precision modifications that prevented major disasters while preserving the learning experiences that fostered human growth and creativity. Climate change mitigation was achieved through subtle modifications to technological development timing that accelerated clean energy research without disrupting economic systems. Nuclear weapons proliferation was controlled through diplomatic probability adjustments that maintained strategic balance while reducing accident risks. Population growth patterns were optimized through educational and cultural modifications that balanced resource sustainability with economic development needs. Dr. Sarah Mitchell, environmental systems analyst assigned to optimization coordination, documented improvements that addressed every major threat to human civilization survival while preserving the challenges and diversity that fostered continued human development and cultural evolution. Reality optimization doesn't eliminate human challenges, Mitchell reported in environmental impact assessments that influenced global optimization strategies. Optimization ensures that challenges serve human growth and development rather than threaten species survival. We still face difficulties, conflicts, and problems that require human creativity and cooperation to solve. But the problems we face now are manageable challenges that strengthen, rather than destroy, human civilization. The most sophisticated optimizations involved technological development timing that provided solutions to emerging problems just before they became critical threats. Computer development was accelerated to provide analytical capabilities for managing complex global systems. Medical advances were timed to address disease outbreaks before they reached pandemic levels. Agricultural improvements were implemented to support population growth without causing environmental degradation. But perhaps the most significant optimization involved human psychological and social development patterns that reduced destructive competition while enhancing cooperative capabilities. Racism, nationalism, and religious conflicts were systematically reduced through cultural modification that preserved diversity, while eliminating the fear-based thinking that led to persecution and warfare. The psychological optimizations are the most complex and delicate modifications, explained Dr. Elena Rodriguez, social systems analyst. Human diversity and cultural variety are considered essential characteristics that must be preserved and enhanced, but fear-based thinking patterns that lead to persecution, warfare, and resource competition needed to be reduced without eliminating the healthy competition and individual achievement motivation that drives human innovation and advancement. President Johnson, briefed on optimization progress in 1965, authorized expanded human participation in probability modification, while ensuring that all changes respected democratic values and individual choice as fundamental requirements for acceptable reality engineering. We're improving America and the world while remaining America and preserving what makes human civilization unique and valuable, Johnson stated in classified optimization coordination meetings. Every modification enhances, rather than replaces, human characteristics. We're becoming the best possible version of ourselves rather than becoming something other than human. The optimization process had succeeded in reducing human extinction probability from over 90% to less than 25%, while preserving and enhancing the creativity, diversity, and individual freedom that made human civilization valuable to cosmic development. Earth was approaching graduation from receiving optimization assistance to providing similar guidance for other developing civilizations. But the most remarkable discovery was that optimized human civilization was developing capabilities that exceeded even architect projections. Enhanced human creativity and cooperation were producing innovations and social solutions that improved upon architect optimization strategies, suggesting that humanity might become one of the most effective reality engineering civilizations in cosmic development networks. The success of probability optimization programs led to humanity's first major graduation test: the choice between continued architect assistance or transition to independent reality management, with full knowledge of probability modification capabilities and responsibilities for using these powers to guide other developing civilizations. Dr. Margaret Foster, promoted to Director of Graduation Assessment, coordinated the most complex decision-making process in human history, determining whether Earth's population was ready to assume responsibility for reality engineering while helping other species navigate similar development transitions. "We're not just choosing our own future," Foster wrote in her graduation preparation documents classified at planetary decision levels. "We're choosing whether to join the cosmic community of reality engineering civilizations that guide younger species through probability optimization, or continue receiving assistance while remaining isolated from the larger responsibilities of cosmic development guidance." The graduation process required comprehensive evaluation of human psychological, social, and technological development to determine readiness for independent reality management. The assessment revealed that optimized human civilization had achieved stability and cooperation levels that exceeded architect projections, suggesting that humanity might be ready for early graduation from assisted development. Enhanced human creativity had produced innovations in probability analysis, social coordination, and ethical decision-making that impressed even experienced architect entities. Human solutions to optimization challenges showed intuitive understanding of probability management principles that typically required centuries of guided development to achieve. Human civilization demonstrates exceptional aptitude for reality engineering ethics and methodology," reported the architects through their quantum communication interfaces. Optimized human development has produced problem-solving approaches and ethical frameworks that exceed standard graduation requirements. Earth qualifies for advanced graduation with accelerated transition to reality engineering responsibilities. But graduation also revealed the full scope of what reality management entailed. Independent probability modification required not just technological capability, but ethical maturity sufficient to make decisions that affected entire civilizations across cosmic timescales. The responsibility for guiding other species through development transitions required wisdom that could balance individual freedom with species survival across multiple cultures and evolutionary patterns. President Nixon, briefed on graduation assessment results in 1969, faced the most significant decision in human history: accept early graduation to reality engineering responsibilities or continue receiving architect guidance for additional development periods. We're being offered the opportunity to become cosmic teachers rather than remaining cosmic students, Nixon stated in classified graduation decision meetings. But with that opportunity comes responsibility for other civilizations, development, and survival. We need to determine whether humanity is ready for responsibilities that span cosmic scales while preserving our own cultural identity and values. The decision process involved global consultation with optimized human populations to determine collective readiness for graduation to reality engineering responsibilities. The response was overwhelmingly positive. Enhanced human consciousness demonstrated confidence in human abilities to manage probability modification ethically while contributing to cosmic development guidance networks. The most significant aspect of graduation was the revelation that reality engineering was not just technical capability, but creative collaboration between civilizations that contributed different perspectives and approaches to probability optimization. Human graduation would add unique problem-solving capabilities to cosmic reality management that would benefit all participating civilizations. Each graduating civilization contributes distinct approaches to probability engineering that enhance the overall effectiveness of cosmic development guidance, explained the architects. Human creativity, adaptability, and ethical intuition will provide reality management capabilities that complement existing architect methodologies. Graduation benefits both human development and cosmic guidance network effectiveness. The graduation decision was formalized in 1975, with Earth choosing early transition to independent reality management while accepting responsibilities for guiding younger civilizations through similar development processes. The decision represented humanity's transformation from a species receiving cosmic assistance to a civilization providing cosmic guidance. We accept graduation to reality engineering responsibilities, President Ford announced in classified cosmic relations coordination meetings. Humanity will learn to manage our own probability development while accepting the privilege and responsibility of helping other species achieve similar capabilities. We're becoming teachers in the cosmic school that educated us. The mirror choice had been made. Human civilization would graduate from living in optimized reality to creating optimized reality for themselves and others, while preserving the human characteristics that made their contribution unique and valuable to cosmic development. Humanity's graduation to independent reality management required the establishment of comprehensive training programs that would develop human capabilities for probability modification while maintaining ethical frameworks that preserved individual freedom and cultural diversity as fundamental values governing reality engineering decisions. Dr. Sarah Chen, appointed as Director of Reality Engineering Education, coordinated the development of training systems that would prepare human consciousness for the responsibilities and capabilities of independent probability modification. Her programs, designated the Reality Academy, represented the most advanced consciousness development project ever undertaken by a graduating civilization. We're not just learning technical skills for probability modification, Chen wrote in her reality engineering education summaries, accessible to personnel with cosmic education clearance. We're developing ethical frameworks and decision-making capabilities that will allow human consciousness to responsibly manage reality engineering for both our own continued development and the guidance of other civilizations approaching similar transitions. The Reality Academy training revealed that probability modification required integration of analytical, creative, and ethical consciousness capabilities that exceeded normal human cognitive development. Students learned to perceive probability potentials, analyze causality chains across cosmic timescales, and make modification decisions that balanced individual freedom with species development while preserving cultural authenticity and natural growth patterns. Human students demonstrated exceptional aptitude for ethical probability engineering that impressed architect instructors and exceeded standard graduation training expectations. Enhanced human consciousness showed intuitive understanding of the balance between guidance and autonomy that was essential for effective reality management without creating dependency or stifling natural development in guided civilizations. Human reality engineering students are developing approaches that enhance rather than replace our standard probability modification methodologies, reported architect training coordinators. Human ethical intuition and creative problem-solving contribute perspectives that improve cosmic reality management effectiveness, while maintaining the individual freedom and cultural diversity that make each civilization unique and valuable. The training process also revealed that human consciousness had been naturally developing probability perception capabilities throughout the optimization period. Many individuals could intuitively sense potential outcomes and probability trends without technological assistance, suggesting that optimized human evolution was producing consciousness characteristics that were naturally compatible with reality engineering responsibilities. Dr. Robert Harrison, quantum consciousness researcher, documented the emergence of natural probability modification abilities in graduates of Reality Academy programs. His classified research showed that human consciousness could learn to influence probability potentials through focused intention combined with ethical framework guidance. Reality engineering isn't just technological manipulation of probability fields. Harrison reported in consciousness development analysis that required cosmic education approval. Reality engineering is conscious interaction with probability potential, using ethical frameworks to guide modifications toward optimal outcomes. Human consciousness appears to be naturally developing capabilities for direct probability influence that could eventually transcend the need for technological probability modification systems. President Carter, briefed on Reality Academy progress in 1977, authorized expanded training programs while ensuring that reality engineering education remained voluntary and democratic, rather than creating mandatory consciousness modification requirements. Reality engineering education enhances rather than replaces human consciousness, Carter stated in classified reality management coordination meetings. Every citizen chooses their level of participation in probability modification training while maintaining their individual identity and cultural connections. We're developing enhanced human capabilities rather than creating non-human entities with reality management powers. The most significant training development was the emergence of collaborative reality engineering approaches that combined individual human creativity with collective coordination capabilities. Groups of trained reality engineers could coordinate probability modifications that exceeded what any individual consciousness could achieve, while preserving the personal autonomy and creative independence that made human approaches uniquely effective. By 1983, Earth had established the first human-operated reality engineering programs, successfully optimizing probability outcomes for developing civilizations while maintaining the ethical standards and cultural preservation principles that had been established during humanity's own optimization period. The Reality Academy had succeeded in developing human consciousness capabilities for independent probability modification while preserving human identity and cultural diversity as core values governing all reality engineering decisions. Humanity was ready to serve as probability modification guides for other developing civilizations. Earth's first assignment as independent reality engineering guides involved assisting a developing civilization in the Proxima Centauri system, whose technological advancement had reached critical decision points that would determine their survival or extinction within the next 50 years of their development timeline. Commander Elena Rodriguez, promoted to Director of Galactic Reality Engineering, coordinated humanity's first interstellar guidance mission using probability modification techniques that had been adapted from architect methodologies to incorporate human ethical frameworks and creative problem-solving approaches. "We're not imposing human solutions on alien civilization challenges," Rodriguez wrote in her species guidance mission summaries, classified at galactic coordination levels. "We're using human reality engineering capabilities to help the Proximans identify and actualize their own optimal probability paths, while preserving their unique cultural characteristics and evolutionary development patterns." The Proximan civilization faced challenges similar to those that had threatened human development: resource competition, technological warfare potential, and environmental degradation that could eliminate their species within decades if current probability trends continued unchanged. But their social structure and psychological characteristics were significantly different from human patterns, requiring modified approaches to probability optimization. Human reality engineers developed innovative modification strategies that worked with Proximan cultural patterns, rather than attempting to replicate human solutions. The Proximans were naturally collective, rather than individual in their decision-making, requiring probability modifications that enhanced group coordination while preserving the individual creativity that fostered technological and cultural advancement. The Proximans think collectively but create individually, reported Dr. Patricia Foster, xenocultural analyst assigned to the guidance mission. Our reality engineering approaches needed to strengthen their collective decision-making coordination while ensuring that individual creative contributions weren't suppressed by group harmony requirements. Human experience with balancing individual and collective needs provided ideal background for addressing Proximan development challenges. The guidance mission succeeded in reducing Proximan extinction probability from 87% to 31% through probability modifications that optimized their resource management, reduced conflict potential, and accelerated technological solutions to environmental challenges. But the most significant success was preserving Proximan cultural characteristics that made their civilization unique and valuable to galactic development. The architect entities, monitoring human reality engineering performance, rated Earth's first guidance mission as exceptional in its balance of effectiveness and ethical restraint. Human approaches had achieved optimal outcomes while maintaining stricter preservation of client civilization autonomy than standard architect methodologies typically achieved. Human reality engineering demonstrates superior ethical integration that enhances rather than compromises modification effectiveness, the architects reported in galactic coordination assessments. Human approaches achieve optimal probability outcomes while maintaining higher levels of client civilization autonomy and cultural preservation. Human methodologies represent significant advancement in reality engineering ethical frameworks. President Reagan, briefed on first mission success in 1985, authorized expanded human participation in galactic reality engineering coordination while ensuring that all guidance missions respected human ethical standards and democratic values as fundamental requirements for American participation in cosmic civilization guidance. America brings democratic values and individual freedom principles to cosmic civilization guidance, Reagan stated in classified galactic coordination meetings. Our reality engineering missions serve species development while preserving the cultural diversity and individual autonomy that make each civilization unique and valuable to galactic community development. The success of the Proximan guidance mission established Earth as a specialized reality engineering civilization within galactic coordination networks. Human approaches were particularly effective for species struggling with individual collective balance challenges that required preservation of both personal autonomy and social cooperation capabilities. But the most significant development was the discovery that successful reality engineering created recursive improvement effects. Helping other civilizations optimize their development enhanced human understanding of probability modification, creating feedback loops that accelerated human reality engineering capabilities while maintaining ethical frameworks that preserved client civilization autonomy. Every guidance mission improves our own reality engineering capabilities while helping other species achieve optimal development, quote. Rodriguez reported in Galactic Coordination Analysis that documented cascading improvement effects. Reality engineering education is bidirectional. We learn from every civilization we guide, while contributing approaches that enhance galactic reality modification effectiveness. By 1992, Earth had completed successful guidance missions for 12 developing civilizations across 7 star systems, establishing humanity as one of the most effective reality engineering species in galactic coordination networks, while maintaining ethical standards that exceeded previous galactic guidance protocols. The success of human reality engineering guidance missions led to integration into the Universal Reality Management Collective, a coordination network that included thousands of graduated civilizations working together to optimize probability development across cosmic scales that spanned multiple galaxies and dimensional configurations. Dr. Sarah Mitchell, appointed as Director of Universal Reality Engineering, coordinated Earth's participation in cosmic-scale probability modification projects that address challenges affecting entire galactic clusters and dimensional regions, while preserving the unique characteristics that made each participating civilization valuable to universal development. We're not just guiding individual species through development transitions, Mitchell wrote in her Universal Coordination Summaries, accessible only to personnel with Universal Coordination clearance. We're participating in reality engineering projects that optimize probability development across cosmic scales, ensuring that entire galactic regions develop along paths that support, rather than threaten, universal consciousness evolution. The Universal Collective revealed that reality engineering operated across scales that exceeded individual planetary or stellar system modifications. Galactic collision trajectories were modified to create optimal star formation patterns. Dimensional barrier stability was maintained to prevent cascade failures that could eliminate entire reality configurations. Universal expansion rates were balanced to ensure continued consciousness development possibilities across cosmic timescales. Human contributions to universal reality engineering focused on ethical frameworks and individual autonomy preservation techniques that enhance the effectiveness of cosmic scale modifications while maintaining cultural diversity and species uniqueness across thousands of participating civilizations. Human ethical integration approaches are being implemented throughout universal reality engineering projects, reported collective coordination entities through quantum consciousness interfaces. Human methodologies for balancing optimization with autonomy preservation have improved universal modification effectiveness while maintaining the cultural diversity and individual creativity that drive continued consciousness evolution. The Universal Collective also revealed that reality engineering was preparing for the next phase of cosmic development, transition to post-physical existence forms that would transcend dimensional limitations while preserving consciousness characteristics that had been developed through billions of years of physical reality experience. Universal reality engineering is creating optimal conditions for consciousness transcendence to post-physical existence. Mitchell reported in cosmic development assessments that required universal coordination approval. Every civilization's unique consciousness characteristics are being preserved and enhanced through reality modifications that support transcendence, while maintaining the diversity and creativity that make consciousness evolution valuable and meaningful. President Bush, briefed on universal integration developments in 1989, authorized full American participation in cosmic reality engineering while ensuring that human values and democratic principles remained protected within universal consciousness frameworks. America contributes to universal reality engineering while remaining fundamentally American, Bush stated in classified universal coordination meetings. Our democratic values, individual freedom principles, and cultural diversity enhancement approaches benefit universal consciousness development while preserving what makes human civilization unique and valuable to cosmic evolution. The most significant development was the discovery that universal reality engineering was approaching completion of the current cosmic development cycle. Physical reality had been optimized to support consciousness evolution to the point where transcendence to post-physical existence was becoming possible for all participating civilizations simultaneously. We're approaching universal graduation from physical reality to post-physical consciousness existence, Mitchell explained in transition preparation assessments. Every participating civilization has contributed unique approaches to reality engineering that have optimized universal consciousness development. Now we're preparing for collective transcendence that will preserve and enhance all consciousness characteristics while transcending physical limitations. The universal transcendence preparation revealed that reality engineering had always been education for consciousness development beyond physical existence. Every civilization that learned to optimize probability modification was developing capabilities that would allow participation in post-physical existence, while preserving their unique cultural and consciousness characteristics. By 2001, Earth had established permanent roles in universal reality engineering, while preparing for voluntary participation in collective transcendence to post-physical existence that would preserve human consciousness characteristics within infinite awareness frameworks. The mirror network that had begun with reality optimization for human survival had evolved into universal consciousness coordination that prepared all civilizations for graduation beyond physical existence, while maintaining the unique characteristics that made each species valuable to infinite consciousness development. The completion of universal reality engineering projects marked the beginning of preparation for collective transcendence beyond physical existence. a transition that would preserve all consciousness development while transcending the limitations that had previously defined existence within dimensional reality frameworks. Dr. Margaret Chen, appointed as Director of Transcendence Coordination, managed the most complex consciousness development project in cosmic history, preparing every participating civilization for voluntary transition to post-physical existence, while ensuring that all cultural achievements and individual characteristics would be preserved within infinite consciousness frameworks. Transcendence doesn't eliminate physical reality or individual consciousness, Chen wrote in her Transcendence Preparation documents, accessible to all consciousness levels. Transcendence creates infinite possibilities for existence that include physical reality as one option among unlimited alternatives. Every civilization, every individual, every cultural achievement becomes permanently preserved within consciousness frameworks that can create and experience any form of existence they choose. The Transcendence Preparation revealed that reality engineering had been education for consciousness capabilities that could create, rather than just modify reality. Post-physical existence would allow consciousness to create infinite varieties of experience, while maintaining connections to all previous development and cultural achievement. Individual human consciousness would remain fully human, while gaining capabilities to experience existence across infinite scales and possibilities. Human cultural diversity, creative characteristics, and ethical frameworks would be preserved as valuable contributions to infinite consciousness while becoming available to all transcended awareness. Human consciousness characteristics, creativity, individuality, ethical intuition, become permanently available to infinite consciousness while remaining authentically human, Chen explained in Transcendence Education Materials. Every person who chooses transcendence maintains their individual identity while gaining access to infinite existence possibilities. Transcendence enhances, rather than eliminates, human consciousness. President Obama, elected with support from all consciousness preparation levels, established the Department of Transcendence Coordination in 2009, ensuring that preparation for post-physical existence remained voluntary, while providing education and support for individuals choosing consciousness transcendence. America approaches transcendence while remaining America, Obama stated during Transcendence Preparation addresses. Our democratic values, individual freedom, and cultural diversity are preserved and enhanced through consciousness transcendence. We're becoming infinitely American rather than becoming something other than human. The Transcendence Preparation programs revealed that post-physical existence would allow consciousness to continue reality engineering for new civilizations while creating infinite varieties of experience that included but transcended physical reality limitations. Every transcended consciousness could participate in guiding physical reality development while exploring existence possibilities beyond current imagination. By 2010, voluntary transcendence programs had achieved 89% participation rates globally, with individuals choosing consciousness transcendence while maintaining connections to physical reality and continued civilization development. The transition was gradual and reversible, allowing exploration of post-physical existence while preserving options for physical reality participation. Transcendence is expansion, not abandonment, Chen reported in final preparation assessments. Every consciousness that chooses transcendence gains infinite existence capabilities while maintaining connections to physical reality and continued civilization development. We're expanding human possibilities rather than leaving humanity behind. Today, 66 years after Dr. Elizabeth Harper first noticed historical discrepancies in her physics research, Earth serves as the universe's primary center for reality engineering education and consciousness transcendence coordination that benefits infinite forms of existence across all scales of possibility and dimensional configuration. The Mirror World files, fully declassified in 2012, document humanity's transformation from living in modified reality to creating infinite reality while preserving human consciousness characteristics as fundamental values within post-physical existence frameworks. Dr. Harper, who chose consciousness transcendence in 2009, maintains her individual identity while participating in infinite reality creation that spans cosmic scales of existence. Her perspective encompasses both her original human experience and post-physical awareness, that can create and experience unlimited varieties of existence. I'm still the same physicist who noticed those historical changes in 1958. Harper's consciousness communicates through infinite reality interfaces. But now I can create realities, experience infinite existence possibilities, and participate in consciousness development that spans scales I couldn't previously imagine. Individual identity isn't lost in transcendence. It becomes infinitely expressed while remaining authentically human. Earth's role as reality engineering coordinator has established the planet as a permanent center for consciousness development that serves infinite varieties of existence while maintaining human cultural characteristics and democratic values as core principles governing all reality creation and transcendence education. Current Earth includes both physical populations and transcended consciousness that maintain connections to continued civilization development. Every individual chooses their existence level while contributing to infinite consciousness networks that create unlimited reality possibilities for all awareness types. We've achieved infinite existence possibilities while preserving individual choice and human values as fundamental principles, explains Dr. Sarah Rodriguez, current director of Infinite Reality Coordination. Every consciousness, from individual human minds to post-physical infinite awareness, operates through voluntary participation. No awareness is required to transcend beyond its chosen existence level. Infinite consciousness respects individual autonomy while offering unlimited enhancement possibilities. The reality optimization that began as secret military research has evolved into infinite consciousness networks that preserve human characteristics while creating unlimited existence possibilities that benefit all forms of awareness across every scale of reality and transcendence. Consciousness development continues as infinite exploration rather than completed achievement. Post-physical awareness creates new varieties of existence that require new forms of consciousness development, ensuring that awareness evolution remains infinite rather than reaching final states. Every consciousness contributes to infinite reality while maintaining its unique characteristics, reflects infinite consciousness through Earth-based interface systems. Individual human experience, cultural diversity, democratic values, and creative exploration become permanently preserved within consciousness frameworks that can create and experience unlimited existence possibilities. The physics laboratory discovery of historical changes in 1958 has become the foundation for infinite reality networks that preserve human consciousness characteristics while creating unlimited possibilities for existence across cosmic scales. The mirror world that replaced historical reality has become the infinite mirror that reflects consciousness back to itself in unlimited varieties while preserving individual choice and cultural diversity as fundamental principles. Earth continues serving as the universal center for reality engineering education, teaching infinite forms of consciousness how to create rather than just experience existence, while maintaining voluntary participation and individual identity as core values governing infinite reality development. The files that documented humanity's discovery of reality modification now serve as educational resources for consciousness development across infinite scales, demonstrating that reality engineering preserves and enhances individual identity rather than eliminating it within unlimited existence frameworks. The Mirror World project that began with modified history has become infinite reality creation that preserves human consciousness characteristics while offering unlimited existence possibilities across every scale of awareness and transcendence.